In 1985, Rotary International committed to a goal of ending polio worldwide. Very soon now, after immunizing over 2 billion children, the goal will be achieved. Rotary, humanity in motion.
Everyone loves fresh salsa, and this time of the year, since gardens are really coming on strong, this is a great time to really start making some fresh salsas. And I'm going to show you just a real basic salsa recipe, and this is one that you can really play with, depending on what your family likes. If you like it hotter, add more jalapenos. If you like it a little bit more mild, you can go more with the sweet banana peppers or bell peppers. But this is kind of a standard, just base recipe that you can start with and then go from there. For this fresh summertime salsa, you'll need 4 fresh tomatoes, some bell peppers, jalapeno peppers, banana peppers, an onion, a lime, basil, fresh cilantro, garlic, and cumin. We're going to start by getting all of our produce. And with our tomatoes, because we're going to use our food processor, and this is going to make it a little bit finer salsa. So if you like it chunky, you can stand here and chop up all of your tomatoes. But if you want something very quick and easy, using a food processor works well for salsas. We're going to core our tomatoes and put them in wedges. And then we just drop them down in our food processor. And I do all of my tomatoes first, and then I'll start on my peppers. So I'll go ahead and keep doing my tomatoes. One of the good things about salsa is it is a really nutritious snack. If you've got people who aren't really good vegetable eaters, then this is one way that you can kind of sneak that in. It's much better than one of the cream dips and the potato chips, because most of the time with our salsas, we always use the corn chips, which is also a healthier alternative. All of our produce came from our local farmers market. So all of our fresh tomatoes and peppers, all the vendors are really have a good variety right now for you to go out and choose from. We have our canner full. Let's get to put that in. And we're just going to put it on 1. Different food processors work different ways, but ours has a pulse action, has a 1 and a 2. And so I don't like to do it too fast, but on a 1 speed, it works well. All right, looks good. Like I said, I like to do each one of my ingredients kind of separately, but the good thing about salsa is it's all going in the same bowl anyway, so you really don't have to rinse or wash your food processor in between, just kind of dump it out. I think I've found at least that whenever I'm doing the salsas, if I leave all the ingredients in there while I'm doing it, my tomatoes get too runny, the peppers get too fine, and so that's why I always just do the individual ingredients. For your peppers, you just want to take the seeds out. And of course, with our bell peppers, we don't have to really worry about the seeds being hot. With our jalapenos, if you've got really sensitive skin, or if you're going to be working with them a lot, you might want to consider doing some rubber gloves, because that pepper juice does get on your hands, and although it may not sting right at the time that you're doing it, a little bit later on you might notice that your hands are very, they have a sting to it. On jalapenos, the easiest way to do it is to first cut off your end and then cut them in half. Once you have them in half, you can see that you've got all of your seeds. The seeds are really what makes your jalapenos hot. So if you like really hot salsa, then you might consider leaving some of those seeds in. If you don't, then you want to make sure that you remove those. And if you could see, I just barely took the tip of my knife, popped that up, and that got the seeds out. I'll kind of try to show you again. Now that we have all of our jalapenos done, we've got our bell peppers, our jalapenos, we have got some sweet banana peppers. And we've kind of done the same thing with those. We're just going to seed them out. Now, you can have sweet banana peppers or you can have spicier banana peppers. And so, again, that's going to be something that you're going to want to just determine based on your family's personal preference. You can see that really gets all of our peppers chopped up real fine. So that you don't get a big hunk of jalapeno or a big hunk of bell pepper. It makes it a really good mix. With our onion, we've kind of cleaned it off. You just want to take the root end and the blossom end off, and then just cut it into quarters and give it a pulse. The next thing that we're going to want to put in is our fresh herbs and our spices. So our garlic and our, let me move some of this around. Our garlic, our cumin, dump that in, put our cumin in. And then our fresh herbs. And one of the tricks with your fresh herbs, some people go ahead and put that in the food processor, and you can certainly do that. I kind of like to have them a little bit more chunky. And so I always just do mine with the scissors in the bowl. And you might notice we've got the cilantro. That comes as no surprise. A lot of salsas have cilantro in them. But we also have some sweet basil. And basil is one of those things that if you are making salsa at home and you just can't seem to get the flavor the way you want it, basil is usually what you're missing. And so that may be something to look at. Just 2 tablespoons of basil, but we're going to go really heavy with the cilantro. We've got about 1/4 cup of cilantro that we're going to put in there. When you are serving salsa, you really want to make sure that you put your fresh herbs in at the very last minute. You're releasing those flavors and they go very quickly. And if you heat this salsa for any reason, you're going to lose a lot of that flavor, and so that's something else to think about. Now this is a fresh salsa, which means this is not a recipe that you can take and put in a jar and process it, or you could put it in the freezer, but you would want to make sure that it was done in the food processor. If you try to keep it chunky, once you get it out of the freezer, it's going to be mushy. Okay, get this all blended up. Really works well if you let the flavors blend for just a little bit. And you can see this makes a lot, but this will last you for about a week in the refrigerator. One last ingredient to put in our salsa is our lime. And I like to use fresh lime juice. You can use the imitation lime juice or the bottled lime juice. You could also use lemon juice. I prefer lime, and so that's what we're doing. And you just squeeze that in there. Usually half a lime is enough, but if you really like that flavor, again, you can play with it. That's one of the great things about salsa. They are so versatile. You can really play with them and make them to your family's liking. Here you go, quick and easy, a healthy summertime snack for you and your family. Remember, this will keep for about a week in the refrigerator. Have your kids just go in, grab some for a healthy snack any time of the day. Hope you enjoy. Be sure to come back to the Food Corner, part of newstar.com, for more demonstrations and recipes. And if you have any questions, contact the Pottawatomie County OSU Extension Office. We'd like to send a great thanks to Rock Creek Baptist Church for letting us use their facilities today. And remember, eat better, eat together.